I wasn't going to film this video right now because I haven't got a proper bra on and it doesn't feel quite right. I don't feel fully dressed. However, I have got one of those bamboo crop tops on, and because I've been doing admin today, and so I felt like being really, really comfy. So it's not like I'm naked underneath. I feel like we started this video on the wrong foot already because I'm giving you all kinds of visuals, and we're just going to be talking about face creams. 3 creams, after that very long, convoluted introduction, that will help your face stay together when it feels like falling off. I don't know whether that's going to be the official title, but we are talking here. We're not talking your normal dryness and everyday sensitivity. We are talking about when it feels like your face is at the brink of despair. So, overdoing it on the retinoids, maybe you've tried a really, really strong retinoid and your skin has just said nope. Maybe you've overused the acids, or your skin doesn't like a particularly strong vitamin C. You've tried something really, really active and your skin has revolted. Or it could be some people react really, really badly to change of season. To be honest, I'm talking about situations that are a bit more extreme than that, because I mean, I tend to get a bit of dryness and sensitivity in change of seasons, but we're talking a level up here. And kind of, we're talking, what made me test these out in the first place is I had a couple of weeks ago, I had a 24-hour stomach bug, and when I came out of the other side, I woke up and my face had completely transformed into the face of a dead crocodile. It was sort of like, it'd gone into sections, like crocodile scales. They weren't dry and flaky at first, it was like bumps underneath the skin, sort of like, you know, acne bumps, that really uneven texture that you can't sometimes particularly see it on top, but you can feel it. But it wasn't at that point dry or irritated or flaky. And then I got the dryness and itchiness that you would get if you had used a really, really strong retinoid. But I hadn't changed anything and I hadn't used one. It was all ever so odd. So I didn't have really the energy to get to the root of it, and it felt like one of those temporary things, you know, that you just get now and again. And I have been there before when I've overdone it with certain products. So it wasn't something that I needed to get to the root of. I just pulled out my SOS skincare products. Now, I've actually got 4 here without really realising it. I was first going to say the cleanser of dreams for if your skin is feeling incredibly angsty and you're not quite sure what's going on and you just don't want to upset anything. My first thing would be just like remove all the actives. Just go right back to basics with a really gentle cleanse, and then getting very, very simple moisture back in, but with ingredients also that are going to help just to boost the skin barrier and give it a bit of a hand, you know. But this range is amazing. This is the Kate Somerville Delicate. This is the Soothing Cream Cleanser, but there's also a serum and there's a face cream as well. And they're all really, really good. And actually, stupidly, I was using the cleanser for the whole week and then had completely forgotten that there's also a cream. I could have used the whole range. But in a way, it's quite good because it meant that I gave the 3 that I'm about to talk about a really proper test and a good sort of comparison test as well. So everything happens for a reason. However, I can highly, highly recommend this cleanser if you need something to pull out of the face first aid kit for times like these, then this is a lovely one. I'll also put some very much cheaper alternatives into the caption below, whatever it's called, description. Now for the 3 creams that will help your face to stop falling off when it feels like falling off. And the first one we're going to look at is the lightest of the bunch, and that's the Cica pair from Dr. Jart. There's a serum and there's a little cream here. I got these in a tiny little gift set from Space NK, but obviously if you buy the full size, they are not this size. And they are really quite affordable, and really instantly soothing on very, you know, if your skin is very sort of weather beaten and chapped and just feels generally red and annoyed. These are really, really great. I found them quite instantly soothing and calming and effective. This one is probably the most user-friendly in terms of texture and application and finish, because there isn't any tackiness or greasiness. However, if you really wanted to step it up a level, and we are talking, you know, when your skin feels like it might crack, this is where these come in. So first of all, this one from Medicate is quite a lot cheaper than the Murad one. We've got the Ultimate Recovery Intense from Medicate, and this comes in quite a small little tube. It's actually 30 ml, but it's, you know, normally moisturiser, you get about 50. What do you get in the Murad? Let's have a look. So depressing that I'm getting to the point where I actually really, really struggle to read anything on the backs of packaging without glasses on. I think that says 50. Anyway, so you get a little tube of this, but a little goes a long way. And this is really, really, it's like creme de lard. If you imagine just wanting to coat your face in butter because it feels that uncomfortable, this is kind of a user-friendly version of that. In that, it's not amazingly greasy on the finish. You could quite easily sleep in this and you wouldn't feel like, oh, this is disgusting. You don't wake up with rivulets of oil running down your face or anything like that. It just very much feels like it puts a coating between your skin and the outside world. And they've designed this for sort of post-procedure skin, where you've maybe done post-treatment skin, where you've maybe done like a really, really strong clinic strength peel, or, you know, you've had some kind of treatment that you wouldn't normally have on a day-to-day basis. And that's what this has been designed for. It's just very, very deeply hydrating. Same as the Murad Intense Recovery Cream. This one has a completely different texture. I really like this because it feels so medicinal. It feels like the kind of ointment that you would see in a hospital. For some reason, I find that quite comforting. And it's got quite a firm butter texture. It's not the easiest to scoop out of the jar, which is why I think the other one is slightly more user-friendly. Melts into the skin. I think it does leave you with a slightly more of a residue than the Medicate one. That one sinks in and there's no residue at all. The Murad, I feel like if you liked the feeling of a bit of a residue, then you would feel that that one might be more satisfying. It's worth pointing out, actually, that I think both the Murad and the Dr. Jart one have got shea butter in. So if you don't get on well with shea butter, that's something to consider. I'll double check that and I'll put it in the description. But I'm pretty sure that's the case. Whereas the Medicate one I don't think does. And I know lots of people don't get on with shea butter, so it is worth pointing that out. But all three of them are just beautiful if you feel like you need that level of intense repair. They're not just hydrating, they're really helping to just give the skin a bit of a helping hand to get itself back together, pull yourself together skin. So if you have got that dryness, itchiness, flakiness after using too strong an active like a retinoid or your acids or I don't know, whatever else it is that you've been messing about with on your skin, maybe you've just gone straight in with a routine with too many different elements, pare it right back, strip it right back. Sun's come through the side window since I started filming this. Look, it's playing havoc with my lighting. There are also high street ointments that are very, very strong. I don't know why I'm rocking backwards and forwards. And really, really good at giving the skin barrier a bit of a helping hand. So I'll pop those in the caption, description, blog post, whatever the bloody hell it is that I'm doing. You'll find it somewhere. To give you a bit of an idea if you need a purse-friendly option. But yeah, hope that's helpful. My skin is now back to normal. I quite literally just cut everything back to a cleanse and then one of these creams. And I did that for about a week. And and it just sort of righted itself. But I feel like if I'd continued with what would normally be my routine, then it would have been too aggravating. So I think sometimes it's good to know when to pull things back, you know. Sometimes less is more, and your skin is not crying out for, you know, loads more actives to be chucked at it. It just wants something a bit more basic, just deep hydration and, you know, a bit of simplicity, perhaps. Anyway, that's definitely how I feel about my own skin. Right, I shall see you in the next video.